Hey guys, I am going to do a complete walkthrough on how I do Legend Soloi from what I build, how I build it, why I build it. This setup is pretty much identical to how I do it in every map. But I'm going to focus on this for us right now. I've slowed it down just a little bit so it's not ×2 super fast, so you can see what I do better. But here's the build order the starting build order is always the same. You'll notice that I can do a few things before Max gets into the game. I don't know if his computer's a little slower or just our connection is not connecting fast enough. But before Max gets into the game, I'm going to build a storehouse here next to the berry bushes. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. I gotta wait. And wait for Max to come into the game so I can place the consumable fort. And right here I am using the hourglass, the spyglass. Then I'm going to place the consumable fort down, as everybody's seen many times before, so this is nothing new to anybody. My villagers did not listen to me, as we all know that happens. My first town center, as you see, I'm building 10 villagers. I did that at the very start. And I'm putting them on berries. I'm going to delete the buildings and the units that are not needed for me. I'm going to take the scout and kill off all the huntable animals over here because I do need some food. Darn it, they scattered. Sometimes if you do it quick enough, they don't scatter, and I wouldn't have to place this second storehouse to get closer. You always need to keep checking back checking back, making sure it's killing villagers also. Now that there's 3 villagers on food, I can quickly build up a wall. I don't know if I've already started the upgrades on the storehouses, which I should have done by now. If I have not, that is severely poor gameplay on my part. As you see, the villagers are there, so I started making it attack the villagers. As I said, I did slow it down some. Now, the second town center, I'm going to make 15 villagers out of that. And they're all going to go on wood. I am wood-based, but this is what I do on every map. Wood-based or food-based, because if you don't have wood, you can't build your necessities. That second storehouse was a pain, but I needed it to get closer to the food that died. What I also do is you're going to split off the first town center out of the 10 that are building up there, and you're going to put 5 of that on gold, which have already started. And then when the first town center is done, like it is, you're going to build 10 more villagers and put it on stone. And this is going to take you to a 40 villager population. And it is only 37 minutes, 30 seconds, and I'm almost done with all 40 villagers. I believe that says 37 up there, or 27. I can't read that in the mode that I'm in for adding video. You upgrade the wall that you have placed, of course, because I'm going to be doing the walling. At this point, you build your market. Once you have enough food and enough wood and enough villagers, so you have a strong enough economy, of course, place it on the furthest one. Also, something I want to say here is a lot of people make 20, 30, 40 caravans. I believe that that's a little too much here, especially for certain units that you make. If you have a unit that does not cost a lot of gold and that will not die often, I only make 10. Now, with that said, I do have speed gear on my caravan, so I do collect a little faster. Now, those 3 villagers that were my starting villagers are done with collecting the huntables, so I'm going to build a 3rd town center here and collect the berry bushes that are sitting. Excuse me. A little hot here. It hit 101 today. Well, they're all doing that. You can look at the advisor units I have. It's pretty much the basic for a gastro or even any archer-based unit. And we look at the time, we've been doing this for almost 5 minutes, and I am almost completely ready to go to the next age. Now, some people would be aged by now, and that's okay too. I just like having a population of 40 villagers and 10 caravans out and about, getting my resources, and then I can boom at the very end. Okay, stone's done. I'm not a moron, I'd see that. There we go. And I build 5 archery ranges. The only reason why I build 5 is because I have the 17% cheaper gauntlets on my gastros, so they are cheap as it is, and they do train pretty quick anyway. I'm going to need to age to 4 here pretty soon, or we will not get out in time. We're already going down to the 34-minute mark. My partner over there is just doing the mass ballistas, as you've seen previously and done a billion times. But I was trying to pick out a video that would best suit the tutorial best, and I thought this would be it, because this is after the summer patch and hotfix too, and it's the #1 used strategy for this game. Well, for this map. Maybe not, maybe for the whole game in general. As you see, I have 10 villagers on the gold mine. I have been upgrading the storehouse slowly. Now when it comes to the armory, you'll see what I'm going to be upgrading there. I'm trying to upgrade to age 4 and I just don't have enough yet. I upgrade everything here besides mortar holes in the academy. Hellfire now gives you such a boost versus everything, it's worth it. And the armory is upgrading piercing for attack only. At this moment, that's all you need, because you do die in 1 hit. And it's almost a 32-minute mark, and that's what it's going to be about when I actually get to age 4. Now, people like Safe Base, the real pros of this game, move out at 32 minutes. As I, in this, cannot read what Max is saying in the bottom. Also, the consumable fort is over there attacking. After about 5 minutes, if you have an epic fort, you can just ignore it, because it's already killed off most of the buildings anyway, and most of the starter villagers are already toast as it is. And I'm at age 4. And we have to move out by time 28 minutes. So I'm going to throw up my last town center. I already have almost everything upgraded that I need. And I'm going to place all the houses that I need at this point. Houses can be placed wherever. As you see, he's already putting out ballistas. The gold crew is on the second pile now. And you want to upgrade your market all the way. Besides tribute, I don't do tribute, it's not needed. Max is a good enough player where I don't need to do that. Now I'm going to have 20 on gold because I want to rip that gold mine down pretty quickly, as I am building Gastros now. And there's one more upgrade on the Gastros. Max is over here collecting my wood. One thing Max does is rip down all the trees quick as possible. As you see, there's nothing left over there worth anything. Max is already almost full pop on the ballistas he needs. We'll move in roughly 2 more minutes. I'm not the quickest player, but it's efficient. And the thing is because I am not the quickest player, that a lot of the casual gamers and newcomers to the game can take this strategy, use it, and master it eventually, just like I have, because I am not trying to move out in 8 minutes. Okay, that gold mine is gone. Now I can focus 30 villagers. Oops, maybe not. I'm close enough. I do kill off some villagers. I only have, what is the number nowadays? I think it's 20 villagers on wood, 10 caravans, and 10 villagers running to build further down. So that would mean that I kill off 10 villagers that I built to collect resources, which I just did. As you see, Max is totally ready to go. He's waiting on me because I am the slowpoke. As we have 1 more minute before we shove out, which should be plenty of time, considering I have all my upgrades that I need, I believe, at this point. Just have them running around on wood right now. Now I will upgrade the armory defense for ragged, just because towers and forts do hit me, but I don't do that right now. I do that a little later on. As you see, I am pretty much queued up to 200 population and almost done. And it's a 28-minute mark, and I have 4 left, so I'm all ready to go. I delete the walls. Now, this is a big tip and something that you all need to hear very closely. Before, Gastros could take the lead, lose a few, and you're okay. Be very careful. Nowadays, the ballista player has to lead sometimes. You guys have to move together. You guys have to attack as one unit. Because the Gastro player can lose a few, but he can't lose too many because you only have half. I believe I have, 80 there? And normally I have 150, so it's a little more than half. But it's close enough. You can't just walk into troops and take hits. As you see, I'm starting to upgrade the armor to take ragged hits. There's no point of upgrading the melee armor because you're going to die in 1 hit anyway. This is our first time running the Gastro Bali after Hotfix 2. We were very worried on the outcome. We are talking a lot. As I said, I can't see it. Maybe you guys can after I upload this in high def. As you look at the time, we're at 26 minutes. One thing that I noticed is we kill the general pretty fast here. I know a lot of you are going to say that it's my gear that does all this, but you can get Ramses and have stronger, you can get Titan Bow and have stronger, but the Zeus range is best. You outrange pretty much everything. I can outrange ballistas in this game. Here is where I'm going to build. Used to build 10, but the Gastros I don't replace as much, so I only build 5 ranges here as we move. And the villagers that I'm using for this, oh, I did build 10 this time. I built 10 this time, I think. But anyways, usually I build 10 here with the villagers that were on stone, so it still leaves me 20 on wood and 10 caravans still running. I build 10 because you never know how many bowmen you're going to lose. And now watch how fast that poor frickin' general lasts. As you see, it's simple, it's easy, it's elegant, I guess you could say. This is very newbie friendly. This is very casual gamer friendly. Anybody can do this. And it doesn't have to be with this unit. You can do it with bowmen. So Persia Bowman can do this. And as you see, Max is taking somewhat of a lead sometimes. He is up with me. He is not always behind me. Some people will not stop here. Some people keep pushing forward, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people go to the south base. Some people go to the east base. I never go to the south base, especially with that fort down there. It's already messed up their economy. There's no reason. I don't remember if we wait here or if we push. We might be waiting for my villagers to wall. I don't remember. As this isn't live, that this is pre-recorded, and I'm just adding voice over top. It's looking like we're pushing without walls. Nothing wrong with that. I think we can do it easily. Good, I made walls. With that south fort up and running, they still do come from the south, so I would still put up a wall. Do not build forts, do not build towers here. If you Argo them, they will attack your wall. If you do not Argo them, see, he's building a fort, and I'm telling him right now, do not build that fort. And he did delete it. Just because if they're attacking, if you attack them, they're going to stop what they're doing and attack the wall to try to get to what is attacking them. If you leave it, they're going to go around it. They're going to go all the way around to the east fort and try to get you that way. Now, I want you all to remember that this can be done with cats also. Catapults are just as good, if not better. Also, another note is bowman and a meat shield unit works great also. Instead of him having ballistas, you can have pikemen, you can have sparras. Long swordsmen are just way overpowered. We're going to be doing a test on axemen to see if that works. We don't know yet. What else is there? Hoplites work great. Soma is just uberly strong and retarded. That's probably the best meat shield maybe in the game. Maybe. The Sparras I think are better. I don't know, haven't tested side by side yet. I'm going to build my second forward base here. Only 5. And then after those are up, I should start deleting some units, some villagers, to maximize my potential DPS. I did put a gate down there so my reinforcements don't have to go through the base, that they can come right through. If you have been looking at my upgrades through this time, I have already upgraded my Gastro's defense for Ragged all the way up by now. The key thing about this map is you don't stop. You just keep pushing. That base is gone. Let's go to the next one. See, I've been talking to Max. He takes out too many trees in main. Yep, there, I deleted them. In the main city because I lose units. He doesn't. He just goes wood happy. I bet you if we could see Max's resources, his wood is at least in the 20,000s by now, if not higher. When it comes to the gear on this, for your ballistas, you know, it doesn't really matter. You want the elephant arm, that's $1,000, 1,000 coin. Runic armor could be used, that will work, but you want DPS plates more. Those would do you some better service because all you need is the elephant arm to outrange everything in the map besides paladins. And then if you're in the league with legendary rare wheels that give you what I think it's 28, 26, something like that, more DPS, you throw those on there. And then of course bolt carrier and you're good to go. For the Gastro, you want the legendary arrow. If you can't afford that, you can get the Celtic arrow. It's the same range pretty much. The critical's going to be just fine. Don't do it solo. Heck, I can't even beat this map solo yet, so that's an irrelevant point right now. But the Celtic arrow will work. And as you see, I can outrange ballistas with the Zeus and these arrows. Now, when it comes to the tunic, the militia tunic, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, but is what I've been using, the 36, but there is a better one now. It's been upgraded from past, and max DPS is a level 29, and I think it's 29 DPS, 29.7, and I don't know if there's much of a difference. I don't have it yet. I'm going to buy it to test out the difference. If it adds 1 DPS more, it's not worth it, I don't think. If it adds 3 or 4, then yeah, it's probably worth it. And I'm going to fully pop my Gastros. He's going to clear out everything in the south base. So bite everything. Another thing you need to remember about Guardians now is you can't attack one and attack them all. That aggression won't work anymore. You have to hit one Guardian, then tell your units to hit another, and then another, and then another, so on and so forth. Because if you don't, and you only hit one, you're going to make them all Argo, as you can see. But then, look, my Gastro stopped. So you have to hit another, and then another, and so on and so forth. This might not be the most in-depth walkthrough, or the most organized walkthrough. But I find that this is the easiest way to do this map. As I said, it does not have to be with Gastros. It can be with bowmen, it can be with pikemen, it can be with so many different varieties of troops. If you see a video out there saying this is how it's been done, it can be done this way. And instead of putting 15 on wood and you're making pikemen, put some of those on food. You know, you put some farms up. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask either A on my main forum page or B on the YouTube page where this will be posted. I don't know if it shows what gear I got out of this, but the legendaries have not been dropping the greatest gear. The alliance quests have. I think it's a kind of lame, but it is what it is. So I hope that helps out anybody that has trouble with Legend of Soloi. Thanks.